Meeting to order. First point of business is a roll call. B.J. Deppie.
Present.
Paul Buning.
Here.
Josh Prime.
Here.
Debbie Gill.
Here.
Ann McGinnis. Richard Wirtz here. We have a quorum. Moving on, need approval for the minutes from March 18th.
Move to approve. Second.
We have a motion to second. Any question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, Krista sent the claims out last night. Are there any questions? We'll need a motion to approve the claims as presented.
So moved.
Yep.
Quick question.
Yes.
Did she send them on the internet?
Yes.
I have paper if you want to look at them before
Well, I
you
just
sign.
didn't get you, I mean, I'm not worried about
There's
them.
only 3 or 4.
Oh, that makes it easy. Okay.
While BJ's looking at that, is there any old business that needs to come before the board this morning?
I'm okay.
Okay, need a motion to approve the claims as presented.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion to second. Any question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we have new business, Resolution 2025-14, a grant to the Franklin Development Corporation, and is there someone here?
Well, it's kind of me, and
Okay.
I've got Amanda Ott as one of our board members and Tina Gross. I don't know if either of you have anything that you want to say. We kind of did the presentation last month with all the information and got the vote to advertise the resolution. So there's the resolution appropriating the funds for today, and then also the grant agreement between the two. So I don't know.
We'll have to handle those separate. Do we have to have a public meeting?
Yeah, but you can do them all at once.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to open it up to a public meeting for Resolution 2025-14 and the grant agreement between the Franklin Redevelopment Commission and the Franklin Development Corporation. Any comments from the audience? Questions? The public meeting is closed. The commission, any questions on the two? Okay, we need a motion to approve Resolution 2025-14 and the grant agreement.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, Resolution 2025-15 for $250,000 for expenses related to the Johnson Avenue sidewalk project.
We'll let Matt take that one, or Steve, either one.
Matt McElroy, city engineer. Yeah, this is for the sidewalk project along Johnson Avenue. We actually have a contractor on board, so just looking for acceptance of the $250,000 to be passed, so. I'll take any questions if you.
Is that the total cost, or is that,
The total cost of the project was $251,000,
okay,
so I think we'll cover it under
okay,
the rest.
okay. Just have to have a public meeting.
Public comment,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll open it up for a public meeting for Resolution 2025-15, $250,000 for expense related to the Johnson Avenue sidewalk project. Any comments, questions? Public meeting is closed. Commission, any questions on the resolution? Okay, need a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolution 2025-15, Resolution 2025-16 for $200 for expenses and costs related to the Yandy Street Rehabilitation Project.
I'm gonna
Open up for a public meeting for Resolution 2025-16 for $200,000 for expenses and costs related to the Yandy Street rehabilitation.
I'll go
Matt?
ahead and explain this one too. This is for the final bill for the Andy Street construction. So that project should be closed out after this amount.
We've had some surprise invoices the last couple weeks from NDOT that have been a little frustrating, and these are two of them. And I will cover that next, but we have some additional ones for the Jefferson Street project, like
Yeah.
2018, but that's okay.
Yeah, NDOT likes to wait a long time before they final out projects, and sometimes it's based on the inspector and how quick they submit the POs and everything, so.
Final quantities and that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
so, this is just the remainder of that, and then we handled the Jefferson Street sidewalk. We've already taken care of that one,
Right.
so.
Okay, I need to open this for public.
Yep.
Okay, Resolution 2025-16, open for a public meeting. Any questions or comments? The public meeting is closed. The commission, any questions? We entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Other business. The March 2025 financial reports.
Yeah, and just real quickly before we go into those, we have an additional, project that we were just made aware of yesterday, about, like I mentioned, the Jefferson Street project, and so, there were some final changes, and Matt, feel free to jump in if you want, but there were two final invoices, and they totaled just over 35,000, that are due to close out that project as well.
Yeah.
I think all the other projects are closed out, we think, but
I
We
think
hope,
so.
anyway.
What I've been going through and what I've been checking out from past, notes and everything, that we should be good after these two.
Yeah.
That we just got yesterday, so.
so the redevelopment commission did pay the match portion of this, was the whole Jefferson Street relinquishment and the gateway and all that kind of stuff. So because this happened back in 2018, I don't have a resolution to pay the remainder 35,500 out of. So I just wanted to mention that to you and see if it was all right to go ahead and advertise a resolution for the May meeting so that we could pay those final invoices on that project and get that closed out.
Sounds good.
Okay?
Thank you.
We'll do that for May. Appreciate it. Your March financials, those have all been updated, so expenditures year-to-date through the end of March were just over 2 million, 2,035,000. And then all the resolutions were updated. I did add the ones that were approved, the Commerce Drive stoplight design, 78,000, and the Sandor property purchase, that did close. And we have all the recorded deeds, and all of that is finished. It did take longer than we thought it was going to do. It was kind of really ridiculous how long and how complicated it, right, Ellen? But it's done, and the paperwork's filed, and I don't know if you have anything you want to add, Steve, but just wanted to let you know that that has been finished, and so those funds have been, as you see there, those funds have been spent, so.
I was asked one question. Mayor, is there any timetable to develop the parks or the ball fields out at the new purchase?
I think Christie yesterday was putting out for the first meeting that we're going to have with a couple city council people and the engineering firm. I'm thinking it'll probably take a couple years to get everything in place, because this one may have to have some special kind of financing to do it, where a lot of the stuff that we've paid cash for. This one is probably going to be significant enough that we're not going to be able to pay cash. So It'll take a little while to get this one in place. But the first major step is there. We have the property. That's the major step.
The question I was asked was, when are the ball diamonds going to be open to use?
Well, a couple years probably. That's,
Yeah.
Thank you. I just wanted to comment to be able to tell people.
yeah, it's not going to happen this year, obviously, and next summer would probably be a stretch, so hopefully the following year after that.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
So we did have a meeting scheduled with Crossroads and several others, the whole committee, and the closing got pushed back, so we didn't want to get that going unless something happened. But now that that's finished, I did send out kind of, there's a lot of schedules to coordinate, but we'll get working on that and then report back to let you know kind of progress as the design goes and that sort of thing. So we'll definitely keep you updated as the redevelopment commission. I think Ann's going to sit on that committee as well, both city council and RDC representative. So as we get deeper into that, we may want more input from others, but well, that's kind of where we're at right now.
So I just know that some grandparents are excited to have their youth playing there.
Yes, it's much needed, so. One thing I did want to mention on here, I did show this receipt for the Indian American Water refund, that $33,499. Ellen, I'll talk to you about this later, but I think it makes sense to appropriate those funds to those NDOT invoices that we just received. It almost covers those. So if we're kind of waiting for something to do with those funds that were not expected. So hopefully one unexpected refund will just about cover one unexpected invoice. So we're doing okay. So that's kind of my plan for that. And then the US 31 TIF, really nothing too exciting there. Expenditures have just been a little bit of the US 31 design changes and then the bond payments there. I don't know if you have any questions.
Okay, thank you. April 2025 cash flow analysis.
I was thinking about it. There we go. So there were definitely some changes to this after our last meeting. I did move a few things around. So we had the approved projects that were moved up with the resolutions. So we had the owner-occupied rehab grant, the Commerce Drive stoplight design, and the Scott Park expansion. So those three were moved to approved projects. And then after today, I will move the three resolutions below for the FDC and the sidewalk repair program, and then the Yandy Street. I'll move those above as well. We did separate, originally we had the Commerce Drive stoplight construction included with the design, so we did, because we approved the design separately. I did leave that remainder below under projects under consideration for the actual construction of that. So that did change a little bit there. And then updates to the Graham Road reconstruction and Graham Road re-inspection. We did update those numbers for 26. So we don't have a lot else there. Are there any questions on the cash flow?
Any comments from the commission? Okay, thank you very much. Looks like we're in reasonable shape for
Yeah.
our year. Okay, any public comments? Mayor, I know we heard from you, but you have any words of wisdom for us this morning?
I definitely don't have any wisdom. Okay, so I think I just want to bring it to everybody's attention. If you read the newspaper today and read Ron West's article, he actually had something pretty intelligent to say about property taxes. So I just want all of you to know, as the Redevelopment Commission here, they are talking about personal property tax for businesses, which is I struggle with that more than anything. I do understand that our property taxes, our personal property taxes for our house and our land we own is one thing, and that's kind of a double-edged sword. As we all want our taxes reduced, we as city leaders and community leaders are going to lose revenue. We're going to lose about $1.5 to $2.5 million is what's going to happen probably to the city of Franklin. I don't know what's going to happen to the Redevelopment Commission yet with the personal property tax. The reason I say that is because most of the business personal property tax goes into the regular taxing unit, which is the schools. I know Tina's group at school is going to lose more from the personal property off the TIFed areas than anybody else. So I just want, if you can send a email to your legislators and let them know how it's going to stifle communities. They've all heard from us. They all know. I don't know why they're so hard-headed and wanting to set the state back, but that's obviously what's getting ready to happen. I just want to make you aware that, and voice my opinion on the personal property tax for the businesses. That is absolutely the wrong way to go. We have the ability to be able to give tax abatements, and we do that with the amount of investment that they bring. This is going to turn all that upside down. So I don't even know how we're going to do our tax abatements yet, and we may get away from some of the tax abatements, which will slow down industrial growth in the cities and in the counties and in the state. So there's a lot that the legislators are doing this year to turn the business world upside down and turn our world upside down, and it's just a reset. So it'll be interesting to see where we go after they pass all their new laws and all that. So read Ron West's comments. I was pretty impressed. He's a pretty good debater. So anyway, that's all I got today and that's not words of wisdom. I think that's words of worry on where we're headed with our revenues. So thank you guys for what you do.
Thank you, Mayor. Dana?
Speaking of abatements, the EDC, which will actually be meeting right after this meeting, is going through our CF1 finances. I will tell you that a lot of the businesses have recovered well from their COVID problems and the issues with employment and wages. Our wages are up across the board, which is great. The majority of our businesses are at or near full employment, which is also great. The ones that aren't have a very definite correlation with the pay that they're getting. So I think they're beginning to understand that. And just to tag on with what the mayor said, he's absolutely right. When we talk to these companies, Ohio doesn't have business personal property tax, and we get companies all the time that choose to live here rather than Ohio. The business personal property tax from a business standpoint was not an issue for them choosing to locate here in Indiana. That is not, they're fixing a problem that doesn't exist, basically, to make it sound good for the state. And it's really sad because that benefit to the city, the things that we do, the things that we're able to do, is definitely going to be strongly impacted for something that the business community themselves are saying, this is not a problem. We would rather see it come on us than have it fall on the residents, fall on our employees. What's important to the businesses are those employees and those employees staying there. And when we lose our quality of life and we're suddenly not able to provide the amenities and the things that we're supposed to, and our employees start moving elsewhere, that's what they're worried about. That's what they're going to hurt. That's what affects the schools when our families have to move away because they're not getting what they want. So it really is a step back for the state, and it's very, very unfortunate that currently state legislators just are not listening to all voices. They're just listening to a very few. So that's just my 2 cents.
When is that vote coming up shortly?
Yeah, it should be here in the next week or two at the tops. I mean, they're at the end of session. They voted last night. The House voted to move it forward, so they're continuing to move on with it. It'll go for a full vote here very soon, and then to the governor's desk.
Okay, thank you. Rob?
Let's see, I'm trying to follow something like that. This weekend, we have the Prince of Egypt and the Ten Commandments on Saturday, so that'll get you all churched up and ready to go. That is it.
Hey, we appreciate the art craft and all you do for our community. It's nice, and the book club is continuing to grow in popularity, both local and abroad. Rosie?
Now I'm gonna throw my 2 cents on top of Dana's and what she said. She said it really well.
Okay. Who am I missing? Deb, anything on the school?
Not currently, no.
Getting ready to have graduation, I know.
Yes, a lot of things, a lot of things going on this month and next month.
Amanda, Spire?
Projects are starting to tick up. We're kind of coming out of the winter, so starting to see a little bit more activity. Workforce development side, we have our skilled trades fair next week. And so we'll have, we'll be showcasing the skilled trades and having all of our high schools participate in that, and to Whiteland High School, kind of converging on that area. So, and amen to everything that they're saying. So right there along with it. In my career, business personal property has never come up as an issue as to, we're not sure we're gonna land there. Landing together. It's never come up as an issue.
Well, we'll see if we can do what we can help. Okay. BJ?
Nothing.
Paul? Josh? Deb? Chris, anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate everyone attending. Our next meeting is May 20th at 8 a.m. Just need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Have a motion, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.